The Atlanta Falcons are finally getting this right. And when I'm referring to this, I am talking about the defensive coordinator. And here is why. There has been news recently that the Atlanta Falcons have now interviewed Jeff Ulbrich, the recent interim coach for the New York Jets, and DC Steve Wilks for the defensive coordinator position. And this should be encouraging for all my Atlanta Falcons fans. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why this is encouraging, what I think about these two interviews, and 3, what this could mean for the Atlanta Falcons' future. Hopefully, crossing my fingers, all is good. Now, recent news have come out that the Atlanta Falcons are or have interviewed Jeff Ulbrich and Steve Wilks for their defensive coordinator positions. This is big time because this signals that the Atlanta Falcons are looking for a veteran, experienced defensive coordinator to help them propel this team going forward. Here are the 4 candidates that the Atlanta Falcons have interviewed: Lou Anarumo, Wayne, Don Wink Martindale, Steve Wilks, and Jeff Ulbrich. All very qualified, experienced, talented defensive coordinators. And we can say one thing: if you hate this guy, if you hate Steve Wilks, if you like Steve Wilks, if you hate Jeff Ulbrich, if you like Jeff Ulbrich, we can say one thing: those individuals I just listed are better than Jimmy Lake. So just right off the base, if no changes are made, the Atlanta Falcons will be better on defense because of who's calling the plays. Now, I'm talking about Jeff Ulbrich and Steve Wilks. I'll start with Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks is a veteran coach. He is a veteran DC. He's been a lot of places, and he does run a pretty decent defense. To be honest, he's not my favorite, but he will be a good candidate to work alongside with Raheem Morris. And thus, I'm very excited that the Atlanta Falcons are interviewing him. Going on to Jeff Ulbrich, I think this will be a great hire. I think him and Wink Martindale will bring something to the Atlanta Falcons that they haven't seen before. Jeff Ulbrich is a guy that's worked with Raheem Morris, and he is a guy that has led a team, aka the New York Jets, to success on the defensive end. The New York Jets have been top 3 or 4 the last 3 years in defensive points allowed. That is amazing, especially for a team that hasn't been really good. The one strong suit that the Jets have had is their defense, and the fact that their defensive coordinator is looking for a position potentially with the Atlanta Falcons is a win-win-win. Now, what is this signal for the Atlanta Falcons going forward? Number one, it signals that they are not playing around, which is great, but also they realize the urgency that they have to win with. Gone are the days that they can kind of miss on a coordinator, they can miss on a player. It is basically ground zero right now. And for them to go out and say, hey, we're not going to interview random guys individually. We're not going to interview guys that could potentially have or potentially be the best defensive coordinator for us. We're going to interview guys that we know are good and experienced, signals that the Atlanta Falcons are interested in not only winning, but going very far next year. Now, of the 2 guys, who I prefer, I would probably prefer Jeff Ulbrich, just because scheme-wise, he runs a 4-3 over, I believe, with a cover 3 in the back end, similar to what Raheem Morris wants to run. Just the front is a little different, but similar offense. Similar defense. He kind of wants to stay in that cover 3, keep everything in front of him, but he blitzes a little bit more than Jimmy Lake would. Also, he's known to get a lot out of his team and a lot out of his defense, something that the Atlanta Falcons need to work toward. And I think this scheme could fit for the Atlanta Falcons, and that's something that, we need to look for. Also, Jeff Ulbrich has shown he can do it with a great team and a not-so-great team. So I think that his experience, along with Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson's experience, will help propel this offense going forward. Now, like I said, what does this mean for the Atlanta Falcons? What does this signal? This means the Atlanta Falcons are in go mode, and I would anticipate the draft picks to also kind of mimic this go mode. We have to win. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see a big-time free agent signing. Also, I would not be surprised to see a trade occur. I think all of these signs are pointing toward this is it. We have to have it this year. So, thus, I would not be surprised if we see Kyle Pitts get traded. I also would not be surprised if we sign a big-time corner to play on the other side. I also wouldn't be surprised if the Atlanta Falcons either move back to get more draft capital to get better players, or if they move up to get a particular player that they think can make the biggest impact on the organization. All of these are signaling that they are trying to win. But at the end of the day, I'm very, very, very happy about who the Atlanta Falcons are interviewing for the potential DC coordinator. They have 4 strong candidates. They may decide to interview a few more, but we'll see who they come out with. I personally want either Wink Martindale or Jeff Ulbrich. Wouldn't mind to have Lou. Wouldn't mind to have Steve. All 4 of those are good candidates, but those are my 2 favorites. If you can do me a favor, leave a comment down below. Of those 4 that I listed, who would you rather have as the defensive coordinator? Let me know. And also, where do you think this team is going forward in terms of draft? Do we think we're going to get defensive guys in the draft? Or are we going to lean toward quarterback, safety, or edge rusher? We need all 3 of those, so we will see. Oh, and also we need linebacker as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. And if you want to see more videos like this, for instance, how I think Wink Martindale will impact this defense, check this video out right here. And like always, peace.